Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Philadelphia 76ers and going over whether or not they should trade for point guard Damian Lillard. But before we get on that topic, just a quick question for those of you viewing. If you were the Sixers, if you were the GM, what would be the trade package you're willing to give the Blazers and hope that they accept it for Damian Lillard? Comment down below, put your GM hat on, and tell me what your offer is going to be. Getting straight into it though, you add Damian Lillard to this 76ers team, assuming you don't give up Simmons and Embiid, then I do think this is a team that can make a championship run. Idealistically, I think they should offer, something along the lines of Ben Simmons, Tyrese Maxey, and whatever amount of draft picks it's going to take. The Blazers are aware that, Ben Simmons, he is a big of a project as it comes at this point in the NBA. He has destroyed his value as much as any player could in a single playoff series. How I do think he could play a little better than he did in a playoff series if he meets with the sports psychologist. Ben Simmons has the raw talent. He just needs to get through that mental wall. But the Blazers still have to understand that's still some risk that he might not get through it, and they have to just bank on the draft capital they're going to get, that they can rebuild through the draft. They got Chauncey Billups, their new head coach, for 5 years. They understand the first 2 years they might not even make the playoffs. They probably won't make the playoffs with Ben Simmons if he's being the leader and he has to turn things around. They're going to have to bank on being a great team that can draft the next best thing. And with the certain amount of draft picks, you hope you can get one right, but that's why, it's a lot easier said than done. That's why they'd be asking for, Ben Simmons, like I said, Tyrese Maxey, and 4 first-round picks or 5 first-round picks. I mean, what did James Harden go for? Was it 3 or 4, something like that? Damian Lillard, I think at this point today, he is worth more than what James Harden was. That's debate for another video, but I'm just saying it's going to cost 4 first-round picks, even in addition to Ben Simmons and Tyrese Maxey. Maybe if you need to throw in an extra player, give him Paul Reed. I don't know, but if you can get a lineup, if you're the Sixers, between Damian Lillard and Seth Curry in the backcourt, that's a pretty good, backcourt to me. You got Damian Lillard that can run the offense. You got Seth Curry that can hit the three. I mean, Seth Curry, I believe I think his three-point percentage was 45% last year. That's probably one of the best in the league, no doubt. That's a pretty good backcourt in itself. In the front court and the forwards, you got maybe Thibault. Maybe if you keep Danny Green, keep him at small forward. You got Tobias Harris at power forward possibly, and maybe of course, you have Joel Embiid at center, but maybe you even keep Dwight Howard. You keep the veterans in Danny Green and Dwight Howard, and you have a pretty good rotation in and out. But if you could get the lineup, like I said, between Damian Lillard, Seth Curry, Thibault, Harris, and Embiid, that's a championship roster, at least in my opinion. You could make the argument they have the best point guard and the best center in the NBA. Damian Lillard and Joel Embiid. To me, they would each be the second best. I would go Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Nikola Jokic, and then Embiid, but still you could make the argument that either of them at number 1 and both of them to at least be at number 2. That is a championship roster when you have 2 guys that are the second best at their position in the NBA. Then you have still other guys on the bench that are great. I mean, Seth Curry shooting 45% from the 3, having him and Damian Lillard in the same backcourt, they could be the new Splash Brothers for all we know. Having Tobias Harris, a pretty good scorer, Thibault in the development. Maybe if you keep Danny Green, maybe if you keep Dwight Howard, like I said, you got some veterans to rely on to an extent. Injuries would always be a concern. If Embiid goes down, that would change a lot, but no matter what you give up, if you got Damian Lillard on your team, you automatically have championship aspirations. And I know they had championship aspirations this year. They were the first seed. They got the matchups they wanted. They play the Washington and the Hawks. It's pretty, I don't want to say 2 easy first rounds because look at the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. But that's a lot better matchup than having to play the Bucks in the first or second round or the Nets in the first or second round. I'd say they got a good shot this year and they messed it up. However, if they change things around and get Damian Lillard, I don't know if even Doc Rivers can mess that up. I'd love to see it happen. If I'm the Sixers, I'm 100% making a trade. Like I said, I just need to get rid of Ben Simmons and hope that Damian Lillard will come on the other end. But I definitely think they need to give Portland a call and offer all they could get. I know there's other people that are saying they're not going to accept Simmons. Maybe they'll accept Simmons if they give up CJ McCollum. But there's no way in heck that Ben Simmons is going to be in the same realm of value as Damian Lillard. And I get that, but I just think if the Sixers come with a huge offer of just as many draft picks as they can give and Ben Simmons a starter that you can at least count on for something. And like I said, getting Tyrese Maxey, getting maybe Paul Reed, just some role player guys. I don't know. I would definitely consider it if I'm Portland. I know there might be other offers out there. You know, the Knicks might offer a pretty good package. If the Celtics are looking to offer Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, those guys are much more consistent and much more reliable than a Ben Simmons at this point. Maybe the Heat are looking to offer a Bam Adebayo. You know, there's going to be some big names out there that I don't know if the Sixers could compete with just because of how much Ben Simmons hurt his value. But if they're willing to give as many draft picks as they can and tell the Blazers, you know, look, out of these 8 first-round picks that we're willing to give you, or 4 first-round picks and 3 pick swaps, whatever it's going to be, whatever the price is that makes the Blazers happy, you got to hit one of them. But like I said, if there's a Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Davis on the market, it's going to be hard for the Blazers to say, yeah, the 76ers have the best offer of Ben Simmons, but anything could change. Maybe they'll throw in a sign and trade with Danny Green. Maybe that could be the convincer. Maybe they're willing to move off of Seth Curry. Maybe they're willing to move off of Tobias Harris. I don't see that happening, but maybe the Sixers saying, we don't care what happens. We don't care what we give up. The only piece we're not moving is Joel Embiid. You can have anything else. I don't know if the Sixers are going in with that approach. I don't think they are, but if they really want Dame, they do have some big name pieces to offer in addition to Ben Simmons if they really want to get out there. You guys tell me. I made a couple other videos on where Damian Lillard should go and if that team should trade for him. To be honest, there's not many teams that shouldn't consider Damian Lillard. Like I said, he's the second best point guard in the league. But I do like the 76ers to make an offer this year. And if they got him, I do think they would have a championship run. It'd be hard to go through the Brooklyn Big Three if they're all going to be healthy. Kyrie, Harden, Durant. The Bucks have a Big Three in the making. It seems like anything can happen. Something in the East is going to change. But I do think the 76ers are up there as one of the best teams, no doubt, if they got Damian Lillard. But like I said, you guys tell me, do you think and do you agree with me that they should make a trade for Damian Lillard? And of course, for my question today, what would your trade offer be if you were the GM of the 76ers to give Portland for Damian Lillard? I've already given mine. Something around the realm of Maxey, Simmons, maybe an extra player, Reed. And if they want to go crazy, you could throw in a sign and trade Danny Green, a Seth Curry or Tobias Harris or a Thibault. You can. I don't think they'll go that far, but the draft picks is what's going to be. They're going to have to come off a lot. And I know that's risky to kind of forfeit over your future, but when it's Damian Lillard, when he can make a championship run, if you get a ring, it's completely worth giving up your draft picks for the next 5 years. To me, at least, no doubt. As always, and of course, so guys, I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you for watching. 2-minute warning.